Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and I want to welcome you to ProfessorBlackmore.com, where our goal is to empower results through real productivity. And if you're new to my channel, I'd like to ask that you please subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects, which is contracts, and more specifically the signing bonus clause of the Tom Brady contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that damn near broke the internet this past weekend when the news broke that Tom Brady was retiring before the February 4th trigger date, when he's contractually set to receive the remaining $15 million of his signing bonus. And even though Tom Brady has now confirmed that he is in fact retiring, which I'll cover in a few minutes, in my day job, I teach law students how to draft and negotiate contractual deals. And one of the things that I warn them not to fall into is the laziness that comes along with using form, boilerplate contracts in negotiating deals for their clients. And if you've watched one of my prior contracts videos, you'll know that I say this over and over again, like I did when Dave Chappelle was complaining about how he got railroaded out of his Chappelle Show royalties using a form contract that only contemplated royalties based on sales of DVDs, and his failure to forecast the future use of streaming and other technologically savvy modalities for selling the ability to view content. Or, like I did when Scarlett Johansson let a form boilerplate contract leave her with her panties down around her ankles because she tied all of the main portions of her royalties to industry standard definitions of the meaning of the terms box office receipts and or theatrical release of her Disney Black Widow movie, when Disney knew full well it also intended to stream the movie on its Disney platform during the same initial release period, without mentioning a word of it in the contract, because they knew it would be overlooked in the parties' use of form boilerplate contract language, and for that matter, form boilerplate contract terms. And this is virtually the same scenario here with Tom Brady. And this Tom Brady scenario is an issue of caps. And if you want to play football and win, you need more than just a greatest of all time QB. You need a lot of talent around him. And this is one of the things that I am trying to get my students not to fall into, being so lazy in their use of form contracts, and to focus on what I call 5 business issues of concern when negotiating the terms inside of that form contract. And there was a failure on the part of Tom Brady's team to forecast 3 of those issues that I talk about. And those 3 issues are money, risk, and in-game issues. And by paying close attention to the contract terms regarding the full $20 million, by placing the terms in specific words in the contract. In other words, he should have been able to see that they wouldn't have the cap space to keep all of the talent needed to win, while also giving him another $25 million or more in his contract. And so he or someone should have been able to forecast this. And you just can't take this form player's contract from the previous year and just change the dates and sign the damn thing. No, you have to analyze your in-game, no pun intended, issues of concern in the contract and forecast what's going to happen to your money in the future. And yes, it may be based on how much you want to win now and how much you'll work with the team in terms of their cap space to get the type of talent that they'll need to put around you now to win. But you also have to keep in mind that you only collected $10 million of this $25 million signing bonus. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. Now, it is my understanding that the way that the contract is written, and while we're talking about that, we can take a look at this chart, but he signed a 2-year contract on March 19, 2020 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The contract had a base value of $50 million with an additional $9 million available through incentives. He had a $15 million base salary in each year and a $10 million roster bonus in each year of the contract due at the first of the league year. Both roster bonuses in 2020 and in 2021 will become fully guaranteed 3 days after contract signing. The contract also includes a no trade clause and a no franchise or transition tag clause, which are, in my opinion, moot if he retires altogether. But if he does retire, the Buccaneers has the option of recouping $16 million of the signing bonus. Now, when he extended his contract by 1 year in 2020, he voided 3 years for cap purposes. But in my mind, what does that do for him if he knows the team won't have cap space next year to put the pieces around him to win? Why would he not leverage that to get more money in his pocket sooner? And so all of this seems in my mind to be determined on some issues surrounding cap space. Now, it is true that as part of the deal, he received the $20 million signing bonus and a $20 million roster bonus, and this all saved the Buccaneers $19.3 million in cap charges in 2021. So in my mind, more than just the black letter of the written words in the contract, I think a lot of this is riding on a wink and a smile with the Buccaneers, but let me try to see if I can state some of the points of interest here. So let's just look at the current contract extension for 2021. He signed a 1-year, $25 million contract, including a $20 million signing bonus, $25 million guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $25 million. In 2022, Brady would earn a base salary of $8,925,000, a signing bonus of $15 million, a roster bonus of $1,470,588, and an incentive bonus of $1,875,000. The team would carry a cap hit of $20,270,588 and a dead cap value of $32 million. Now, of note are the following. $15 million of what I call the real $20 million signing bonus is deferred until February the 4th, 2020. So in my mind, I don't know why you let the words retire come out of your mouth out loud until after you get that $15 million in your bank account and let everybody talk about everything else later. And I personally would have negotiated better terms for this in the event of retirement. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes on a handshake deal with the Buccaneers. Now, I don't believe in handshake deals, but anyway. Also, of note, if Brady retires after 2021, the Buccaneers will have the right to recoup $16 million of what I call this real signing bonus. Now, the 2021 $20 million roster bonus is fully guaranteed and is treated as a signing bonus. So that's why I kept talking about the real signing bonus, because the $20 million of his roster bonus is going to be guaranteed. So it's hard to tell if any value is being placed on that concession. But while that 2022 salary is fully guaranteed on February 18, 2022, it's void if Brady retires. And years 2023, 2024, and 2025 are automatically void at the end of the 2022 league year, amounting to a $24 million dead cap for the Buccaneers. And so I don't think for 1 minute that this is all about spending more time with his family. This is about money. and the issues of the Buccaneers not having enough money to pay Tom Brady a base salary of $25 million or more, while also having enough cap space to put the requisite talent around Tom Brady for him to win another championship. That's what this is all about in my mind. And so, as you know, this weekend, ESPN reported that Tom Brady was retiring, and it completely broke the internet. Now, I don't know who misunderstood what, but I tend to think that Tom Brady didn't understand the gravity of the terms of his own contract and the February 4th and February 18th trigger dates. And so this led to a whole lot of backtracking, backpedaling, deleted tweets, etc. Now, it's my understanding that Tom Brady was out of the country when all of this broke out. So when his agent came out and tried to squash it, that didn't work. So he had to get his daddy to come out and try to squash it as well. And you know, it's the height of humana mansplaining when you have to get your daddy to come out and squash the nonsense that you yourself created. Because let's not forget that while all this was going on, Tom Brady's company, TB12, tweeted out this tweet, which was mysteriously deleted. Now, it just seems to me that nobody consulted their attorneys at all. And so either one or two things is true, because for whatever reason, Tom Brady has now come out this morning and he's announced again that he is in fact retiring. Now, when you look at this chart that shows how much money Tom Brady made with New England as opposed to how much money he made with the Buccaneers, you can see why he forgot to mention New England in his farewell post. But anyway, so one or two things is true. Either Tom Brady has confirmed his wink and a smile handshake deal with the Buccaneers, or he's come to terms, no pun intended, with the fact that he might be out of the remaining $16 million of his real signing bonus. And so the current question of note is, do we really think that Tom Brady really intends to forfeit the remaining $15 or $16 million of this signing bonus? Or do the Buccaneers intend to really recoup the $16 million of the real $25 million signing bonus? I think the answer to both of these questions is really no. If it's not written in black and white in the contract, then I think this is all riding on a wink and a smile and a handshake deal. But what do you think? Do you think that Tom Brady all of a sudden realizes how important his family is to him? Or do you think all of this is about money like I do? I mean, I haven't seen this no trade clause in his contract, but taking caps into account, if you're Tom Brady and you know the Buccaneers can't afford to pay you more than $25 million next year while having enough cap space to put the pieces around you to actually win, what would be the benefit? But anyway, if you agree or even if you don't agree, please leave your comments in the comments section of this video. And in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a greatest of all times big thumbs up. And please also subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell so you'll be notified when I post my new video, like when Tom Brady announces that he's really not retiring. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram.